He turned off the TV and told me, "Get out." No explanation, no raised voice, just those two words, flat and final, like a door slamming somewhere inside my chest. I stayed quiet. I didn't argue. I didn't ask why. I didn't even move at first. I just sat there on the edge of the couch, staring at the dark reflection of myself in the black screen where the movie had been playing seconds before. The room felt suddenly smaller, like the walls had shifted closer while I wasn't paying attention. I'd learned a long time ago that silence was safer than questions. He stood there, arms crossed, eyes fixed on a spot just past my shoulder. That's how he always did it, never looking directly at me when he wanted me gone, as if eye contact might make him feel something, and feeling was the one thing he avoided at all costs. I gathered my coat slowly, deliberately. Each movement felt heavier than it should have, like gravity had doubled just for me. When I reached the door, I paused, waiting for something, anything. A sigh, a word, regret. Nothing came. The door closed behind me with a soft click that felt louder than a shout. That night, I slept in my car. The cold crept in through the cracked windows, biting at my fingers and toes. I wrapped myself in my coat and stared up at the ceiling, replaying every moment of the evening like a crime scene. Had I said something wrong? Looked at him the wrong way? Stayed too long? By morning, I'd convinced myself it was temporary. He always cooled off. He always did. I was wrong. The man showed up the next day. I was at the coffee shop down the street, the one with the flickering neon sign and burnt espresso, trying to look normal, trying to feel human again. I was halfway through my second cup when the bell over the door rang. I knew something had shifted before I even looked up. He didn't belong there, not in that quiet, half-empty place with chipped mugs and mismatched chairs. He wore a dark coat, expensive but understated, and moved with a calm certainty that made the air feel tense. His eyes found me instantly, like he'd been looking for only one thing, me. He walked over and sat down across from me without asking. "Do you know why you were told to leave?" he asked. His voice was smooth, almost polite, which somehow made it worse. I shook my head. "No," I said. My voice sounded smaller than I wanted. He studied me for a moment, then nodded as if confirming something to himself. "That figures." I asked who he was. He didn't answer directly. "I'm here to make sure you understand what you stepped into and what you need to step away from." My heart started pounding, too fast, too loud. "I don't understand," I said. "That's the problem," he replied. He told me things then, things I wasn't supposed to know, about money that moved quietly, about deals that didn't exist on paper, about how the man I thought I knew had built his life on careful omissions and other people's silence. "And you," the stranger said, leaning closer, "are a liability." The word hit harder than any insult ever could. I wanted to argue, to defend myself, to say I'd never meant to be involved in anything like that. But deep down, I knew it didn't matter. Intentions meant nothing in a world built on control. "So what happens now?" I asked. He smiled, just slightly. He slid a folded piece of paper across the table, an address, a time. "Be there tonight, or don't. But understand, if you don't, someone else will make decisions for you." Then he stood up and left, the bell chiming softly behind him, like nothing significant had just happened. I didn't finish my coffee. That evening, I stood outside the address on the paper, a warehouse near the edge of town, lights glowing dimly behind dusty windows. Every instinct screamed at me to run, to disappear, to pretend none of this was real. But I'd already been erased once. Inside, the air smelled like oil and old metal. The man from the cafe was there, along with others, faces sharp with purpose, eyes measuring. They spoke in fragments, in half-sentences, loaded with meaning. I realized then that this wasn't about punishment. It was about choice. They wanted my silence, my distance, my willingness to walk away and never look back. In exchange, I'd be free. Not safe, not protected, just untouched. I agreed. By the time I left, it was raining, hard, cold, the kind of rain that feels like it's trying to scrub something off you. I never went back. I changed cities, changed numbers, changed the way I moved through the world. For a long time, I flinched at every unexpected knock, every unfamiliar face. Sometimes, late at night, I still think about the moment the TV went dark, about how two simple words altered the entire shape of my life.